Welcome to Totally Integrated Instrumentation. Today we're going to have a look at the setup procedure for getting data from PDM Maintenance Station into the new SITRANS SAM-IQ app. And to get this working, you need PDM Maintenance Station standalone version 2 or 3, or PDM Maintenance Station integrated into PCS7 version 9 Service Pack 1 or above. And what you can see here is the maintenance station screen. So when you get your SAM-IQ order, you receive a setup folder. This is what you get. You'll get a manual. You'll get a config properties file, and then a version of the software. So to install the software, you have to run as administrator, and halfway through installing the software it will ask you for a code. If you put that code in and just follow the instructions, it will install the software. And then the next thing you have to do is copy this config properties folder. So if you check your C drive, you'll have the software, which is Data Security Gateway, and then under here there's a GW folder, and you'll see the configs property. So what you need to do is replace that config properties file with the file supplied on your download version of the software. And when we have a look in here, we have to do a little bit of editing, which I've already done. Under here there'll be a line of code that says proxy, user proxy. So if you have a company proxy that you have to go through to get out to the outside world, then you need to put that in here. For mine, I haven't got one, so you delete it. You have to be careful because there's two of those. But if we come on to this file here is where PDM will export the asset files to. And what you'll have is you'll create this file here, and it will be SAM-IQ exports. But when PDM Maintenance Station starts exporting, it actually creates another folder called Cycle 1. So you do need to add that, and you'll see that when you get going, when it starts downloading the data. So there can't be any subfolders under this location. And then if you come down here again, there'll be another proxy location that you need to delete if you haven't got an external proxy. So you save that. The next file you need to edit is the service exe config, because what we don't want is the PC here to fill up with all the files that PDM is going to download, and you're going to have all those files on your cloud app. So we need to give the software permission to delete the files. So if we open again with Notepad, and if we have a look in here, you'll see a delete string, and you can see there, so this is where the XML files are stored from PDM. Okay, so I'm deleting those, and then this here is a log file that the software, the Data Security Gateway creates. So you want to keep deleting those as well, so your PC doesn't get full up with text files. So once you've got those, you save both of those. We're nearly ready to go. So we have to start our services. So if we start Windows Services. Under here you'll see your Data Secure Gateway. There it is. Mine's already running, but if we double click that, on your first install, the first thing you'll have to do is start it, but also set this to startup type to automatic. So if the PC restarts for any reason, the program will restart. And once you've got all that going, to see that your connection to the app is working, so you can go back to your file location on the C drive and you'll see this log file. And if we open that up and scroll down to the bottom, you'll see the upload procedure. So I can see here, this is my XML file. It's been successful in finding that. This is the log file. It's been successful in finding that. And if you follow this code through, you'll see that it's also sending the file and it's also deleting it. And you can see the complete execution time there. So I can see that this file has been sent to the correct location, and for this particular app it's to the Amazon web server. So that's the dataset gateway setup. Now we'll look at the next step. So to get the best out of the app, what you're going to need is some special boost EDDs. If we go to our hardware screen, because this is integrated within PCS7, so once your project is open, if you need to reassign your EDD, so what you need to do is go to PDM and then device selection reassign, and then select the EDD. Okay. If I open this, I'll know I've got the correct EDD because you'll see here boost EDD. Right, so you won't have that on a standard EDD from Siemens. Once we've got that in place, we need to program up Maintenance Station to gather the data. So once you have the boost EDD installed, the next stage is to tell PDM where you are going to send the asset XML files to, and that's got to be the same location that you've set in your DS GW software. So if we go to options, PDM, and then settings, under general you'll see here path for asset exports, and this is minus the cycle 1, because as I said, that cycle 1 is what Maintenance Station creates. So in here you put that. If you put /cycle 1, then you'll have 2 cycle 1 folders. So leave it like that. When you set it, it will come up with a message to start and stop the asset server, because you've made a change to this. And if I just do OK on that, down here you'll see your PDM asset service, and if we open the asset service, you'll see here, so you just click stop, let it stop, and then restart it. And once you've done that, you're ready to go on to the next stage and set up a Maintenance Station to log the data. And the first thing you have to do is, depending on how you got Maintenance Station set up, you might have groups. On this one I haven't, but if I go to my devices, we're going to, oh, sorry, wrong screen. If I go to my devices, I'm going to go to my Profibus PA devices. Okay, and if we have a look under here, so we'll select the LR560. What you have to do is click on the Diagnostics tab and select cyclically update every 10 minutes, and then select for exports. You may have an option on here to select a group, okay? And then there's 3 groups. If there's no option, the default is group 1. So once we've got that done, we go back to the main screen, select on parameter export schematic PDM, and you can see here I've got one already started. So it's this cycle here, so cycle 1, which is the folder it creates, which I've already mentioned. And what you'll do is you'll set your start time and click group 1 and select that only. Don't select any of the other options. And then this button's grayed out at the moment, but you'll click on this and then you'll see your start time. And what it's going to do is every hour for this particular project, it's going to collect the data from the devices that I have already pre-selected to have parameters for export. It's going to change the color of this icon to green while it's doing it, so you know it's doing it. So at 19 minutes past 3, the next one, it's going to go to green. These will reset. You'll see total 3, open 3, and then that will hopefully move the open ones to successful. And then we're just waiting for the dataset gateway to wake up and send that data to the cloud. So that's how you set up Maintenance Station with the dataset gateway to get the information out to SAMIQ. So you'll be given the web address by Siemens and a first time login. So we're going to have a look at this. You'll also be given a long license key number. You might have a few of these. But all of your settings are under here. So license manager, you can see that for this one I've got a license for 10 advanced devices. If you needed to add a license, you would click on the add license and type in the long license number. That license number is a yearly license, so it will time out. Under user management, you can set up multiple logins, and they can either be administrators or users. And then if you close that, you can go back to your data. So here's the LR560. So this is really hot off the press. I've got this working within the last few hours. I'll add more instruments onto this. You can see there that the LR560 is logging. So sensor value, temperature values. These are my Profibus PA output values, and then I have my signal strength and everything else diagnostic wise, including peak values, and then my parameters that are programmed in the unit. And under here I can set my threshold. I'm going to set a lower limit of 5 hysteresis up to, and you'll see that on the graph. So if my echo confidence drops below that, I'm going to get an alarm. There we go, the procedure for getting the data from PCS7 Maintenance Station into the SAMIQ app. Hope it was useful, and feel free to contact me if you've got any inquiries or questions. Thanks for listening.